Just want to welcome everyone to Mohegan Sun. I'm Jeff Hamilton, President and General Manager. First, we have some special guests here, so I want to just acknowledge our tribal counselors, Ken Davidson and Bill Quidgen, both present. Also want to just acknowledge our Council of Elders members, Bruce Two Dogs Bosom and Phil Russell. I was saying to Cody as I came up, I didn't realize there was going to be this many people. I was thinking just maybe 5 or 10 people here. So it's great to see this many people that have come out to celebrate the opening of Tesla at Mohegan Sun. Today we'll officially cut the ribbon on the brand new Tesla electric vehicle showroom here. I just want to thank our team, all of our team members that helped to make these things possible. I want to give a special thanks to Kevin Lowry, our Assistant General Manager. Yes, please. Kevin really has been instrumental in bringing this Tesla to Mohegan Sun, but really from a shops concourse, kind of revisioning what our shops concourse looks like. As most bricks and mortar malls really struggle, here at Mohegan Sun we've been able to add, premium retailers, obviously Tesla being, just one of those tremendous brands. And I think Kevin has done a great job in partnership with Don Sikorsky on making sure that we have these great brands for our great properties. So thank you, Kevin. People ask, why would you want a Tesla at Mohegan Sun? Well, I think there's a lot of alignment from a brand perspective as you think about zero emissions, right? And you think about making sure that we're looking out for our environment, as we move to more electric vehicles. I would also say I think it's been a strategy of us to bring really world-class brands to our properties for our customers to enjoy them. And to be able to use their momentum dollars to purchase them and to be able to integrate and buy those brands here. So Tesla really fits in perfectly, with when we think about the brands that we want to align ourselves with. I think, when we think about zero emissions, when we think about electronic vehicles, when we think the partnership around caring for our environment, something that's been part of our heritage for thousands of years, I think, when you think about that, Tesla seems to fit perfectly with that strategy. I also want to talk about, obviously we have the Tesla showroom here today, but there's some other important work that's happening that we're really, really excited about. In the next few months, we're going to be adding 75 new Tesla chargers to the property in all 3 of our garages. We hope that will be completed before the end of the summer. And we'll have charging in each one of our garages, and we'll be the largest charging destination center in the state of Connecticut. And when we think about Tesla, one thing I often hear, and I think Tesla's working hard at making sure that their charging footprint kind of fits for the future. It's not just the Tesla plug. It's the universal plug as well, and I think long term when we think about how we get to a US plug, it seems that most of the domestic car companies are going to move to that more Tesla plug. So we're excited to be able to offer 75 new chargers here on property for our customers to use, and we look to grow that. I think our goal is to get up over 100. And make sure that if you're coming to Mohegan Sun with an EV vehicle, you have a place to charge. You can come in and enjoy yourself while your car charges, and then when you come out, you have that full charge for your ride home. So I just want to give a special thanks to the Tesla team. We've been working probably over 3 years on this project. I want to give a special thanks to Senior Global Director of Policy, Rayam Patel. Their senior counsel in corporate development, who I think we probably have countless calls, Kevin Auermarker, and the senior manager of policy, Zach Kahn. And with that, I'd like to bring up Zach to give a few words.
Morning, everyone. Thank you to the Tesla team. I think that excitement that Jeff was talking about is what happens when you wait 10 years for something to happen, 3 years at least, as Jeff said, working with the Mohegan Tribe to make this day a reality. I'm Zach Kahn, I'm a Senior Policy Manager with Tesla. It is an honor to be here at the Mohegan Sun on Mohegan Tribal homelands. Today is historic as Tesla and the Mohegan Tribe opened the first Tesla sales location within the state of Connecticut. Together, we are increasing access to clean vehicles for Connecticut residents, as well as the charging infrastructure to power them. At Tesla, our mission is to accelerate the world's transition to sustainable energy. To do that, we get creative. And today, that creativity is literally on display for you. Thank you to the Mohegan Tribal leadership, to the amazing team at Mohegan Sun for sharing a vision with us and putting that into reality. I'd like to acknowledge and thank Jeff Hamilton, Attorney General Larry Roberts, Ken and Don for all of their work, and the Mohegan Tribal Council for their tireless efforts to make this a reality. I'd also like to thank the community leaders, environmental advocates, and Tesla Owners Club members and the EV Club of Connecticut for joining us today and for all of their support over the years. Tesla's proud of this historic partnership. Our collective efforts will revolutionize the way Connecticut residents and visitors experience and purchase electric vehicles, which in turn will help foster a better environment, cleaner air, sustainable economic development in Eastern Connecticut, and a better Connecticut for all. It is this type of shared commitment to innovation, sustainability, and the future of zero-emission transportation that will combat the climate crisis. The automotive landscape is changing rapidly, and demand for sustainable transportation is at an all-time high. But the reality is that there's still far too few electric vehicles on the road in Connecticut. As of July, less than 1% of all vehicles registered in Connecticut are electric vehicles. In order for Connecticut to meet its 2030 greenhouse gas emissions target, the Governor's own Council on Climate Change determined that the state would need to convert more than 20% of its light-duty fleet to electric vehicles, or 500,000 vehicles, by 2030. Today, we are not even 10% of the way there. Despite good faith policies to reduce GHG emissions and increase the adoption of EVs, Connecticut is far from its goals. As the need to mitigate the impacts of climate change grow more urgent, so does the need to ensure that Connecticut residents have access to electric vehicles. By establishing Connecticut's first ever Tesla showroom, sales and delivery center here at the Mohegan Sun, we are not only simplifying the purchasing process for our customers, but also creating a dynamic and immersive environment where Connecticut residents can learn about and experience electric vehicles for themselves. We're also excited that today we're going to be celebrating the delivery of some of the first electric vehicles sold by Tesla within the state of Connecticut. With over 100,000 team members around the world, it is critical that Tesla accelerates the development of talent pipelines across our local high schools, community colleges, universities, and strategic communities of talent, such as tribal nations and transitioning military veterans. That's why we're excited to work with the Mohegan Tribe on workforce development. We know that by creating opportunities in this region, we will build the workforce required to put more zero emissions on Connecticut roads and to service those vehicles so they can keep them on the road as long as possible. We will work with the Mohegan Tribe to foster local talent, to provide interested members, tribal members, with multiple avenues to start full-time careers with Tesla. But we are excited that our team here at Mohegan Sun already includes at least one member of the Mohegan Tribe, and we look forward to working with the tribe to grow that number in the future. As Jeff mentioned, we're also making significant investments in charging infrastructure with the tribe and the Mohegan Sun. We're really excited that this will be a location where you can come, have a great time, and leave with a car fully charged, ready to take you back wherever you go. As we look ahead, we're hopeful that this partnership will serve as a model for how collaboration between private enterprises and tribal nations can drive positive change and innovation. The Mohegan Tribe's vision statement aptly states that the tribe is, quote, guided by 13 generations past and responsible to 13 generations to come. Today is another example of the Mohegan Tribe living up to that vision. Together, we are paving the way for a cleaner, more sustainable, and electrifying future for generations to come. I wanted to close by extending a sincere thank you to everyone standing here today. Without your support, leadership, and partnership, we would not be celebrating this important milestone in our efforts to reduce transportation emissions and wean ourselves off of fossil fuels. We look forward to welcoming Connecticut residents to the Mohegan Sun, where the future of sustainable transportation begins. Thank you.
Thank you, Zach. I think, just talking about the partnership as it relates to, the focus on community development and really working to make sure that it's not just about cars or charging, it's also about the environment and making sure that, we're working to build the infrastructure necessary to move, to the state's goal, but ultimately to all EV in the future. So with that, I'd like to welcome up a very special guest, Lori Brown, is the Executive Director for Connecticut League of Conservation. Hopefully I got that right. Lori, welcome to.
Good morning. So today's announcement is really a win for Connecticut consumers and for the environment. This new facility will make it easier for state residents to purchase zero-emission vehicles and help to quicken the pace of our state's meeting its climate and vehicle emissions goals. We cannot act soon enough to combat climate change, and this is a significant step in the right direction. Transportation pollution, which accounts for 38% of Connecticut's greenhouse gas emissions, is a serious problem for public health and for our climate. Our state has adopted goals to reduce emissions, but we also need policymakers to harmonize environmental laws and adopt regulations that will get us there. Our nation is moving in the direction and needs Connecticut to keep up. So given the growing appetite for electric vehicles, I hope this new development will lead our state to modernize its franchise laws to allow more electric vehicles to be sold throughout Connecticut. And CTLCV applauds the Mohegan tribal leadership, the Mohegan Sun, and Tesla for pushing ahead against all obstacles with this important effort and remaining committed to the environment. And I also just wanted to add that this timing couldn't be better, because right now the federal dollars that are providing rebates and tax refunds and the incentives for people to go out and buy an affordable EV is right now. So again, I just really appreciate all the effort in the partnership, and thank you very much.
Thanks, Lori. So I think it's time for us to finally cut the ribbon, so if we can have our Tesla team come up and our tribal leadership, and we'll officially open our Tesla Mohegan Sun location. Just want to say, if you're interested, we're going to deliver some vehicles today. The first deliveries from our Tesla location, probably 30 minutes after the conference concludes. You can just look for a member of our PR department. We're actually going to do that over on our Sky Valet. That will be the location that will be delivering vehicles going forward. So if you're interested in seeing that, head out to the Sky Valet in about 30 minutes. Thank you.